What's going on with James Harden these days?
What you leave the bearded one alone. I love James Harden. It's so crazy because I'm a LeBron fan through and through, and I think he's being railroaded by the NBA. Let's just get this out of LeBron. LeBron should have been the MVP the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last year. I think Giannis is unbelievable, and I understand what they're saying. The most valuable player to the NBA. That's the important thing people need to get. I wanted to get on with Shannon and say that to the NBA, Giannis is more important than LeBron because they feel they have already surfed this wave. But LeBron investing into himself is important. And that's when he got up there and said, I want my damn respect. He's right. He deserved. I thought the MVP of the league should be at the end. It shouldn't happen during the finals. Every award should happen at the end. But because LeBron is so direct and so knowing how to answer and so not feeling certain other people, and Giannis just sits around and just happy to be there and just, this is a blessing. And, for the NBA, it's important to have him as the next face, as an international face.
Well, Giannis signed a $228 million Supermax contract.
Sounds
largest deal in NBA history.
Sounds like a lot.
What was the most you ever got? Per year?
Million. Oh,
12?
a year?
Yeah.
Three.
You were a 4-time champion.
Right.
Do you look at your $3 million and look at this 228 and say, I was just born in the wrong time?
Charles Barkley said it best. He said, I hope all y'all getting these big deals don't think you're getting all this money because you're good. No, you're getting your money because of who came before you.
Right.
You may be good, but those numbers, it's a great number. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And then I sat down and did something that most people don't do, researched. And I remember A-Rod got $250 million 20 years ago.
It's baseball.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
And then we sit around and talk about, man, it's a lot of money. And then Schumacher, the driver, Michael Schumacher, the great Michael Schumacher, whose deal was just broken by Lewis Hamilton, was at $85 million a year for 7 years.
Right, because 228 is divided by how many years?
5.
5 years. So you're looking at about 46?
Yeah, Shaq made $36 million a year.
So it's not that far off.
Not that far off. More years. He got
Yeah.
less years, more money. It looks great. Now look what they did. That's why he's the most valuable player to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell LeBron, you're the most valuable player in the NBA. Giannis is the most valuable player to the NBA. Difference.
Back to James Harden.
James Harden.
Number one, is he going to stay in Houston?
Is James Harden going to stay in Houston? I say yes. The reason I say yes, he's going to stay in Houston, because Houston is the most influential team in China. Because of Yao Ming. They literally, when they went over to play, it didn't say Houston. It said Houston in Chinese characters. He is the most identifiable player in anything. When you show James Harden, they say James Harden, Houston Rockets.
In China.
In China. So does he want to leave? I think now he's realizing, when I'm looking at all these pictures, that he's now Walt Clyde Frazier. It's his look. It's his demeanor. He's the beard. Now he's having to Dennis Rodman a situation, always being in the spotlight. Did they set up the team around him to win? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because they seem to get close every time, but never to the end.
Never his fault.
Yeah.
Never his fault.
Yeah, I mean, Russell Westbrook was over there. According to staffers, he was appalled by the Rockets culture.
Really?
That's what they said.
Wow. The culture.
Yeah.
The non-winning culture. Let me tell you.
Are you winning or are you not winning?
And
Culture, smulture.
So I'm going to go with Westbrook.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing more when if you say to me, pick a team, and I see him, I'm grabbing him. He doesn't want to do anything but win.
Yeah.
That's why I love Durant. I love Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is like, all this stuff y'all doing is for you. It has nothing to do with me winning. So I like those guys who only think that way, which gave more room. That's Isaiah, Bill Laimbeer, Joe Dumas. They don't want to do anything but win. I loved it. Good. So now I'm the same mentality, but I also know how to turn it off and be in front of the camera. And then when it's time to be in front of the camera performing, if you look, I didn't care. I put a mouthpiece in. I had ugly goggles on. I had pads on everything. My hair was cut, but I was ready for war. And then after, I try to dial it up with some clothes and some high tops, and make sure it was well moisturized. Hated a dry high top.